The Jaipur Literature Festival, held every year in January, is to literature what International Film Festival is to movies. The hallowed venue where the great writers and authors come to exchange ideas and read excerpts from their books. A book launch here means you are on your way to becoming a bestseller. Major bookshops, in fact, have dedicated Jaipur Lit Fest shelves. This year, the festival opened with one of the greatest literary giants in the country, Mahashweta Devi, who opened the festival saying that dreaming should be made a fundamental right. But while her works mostly talk about the rights of tribals and the politically marginalized, but here at this festival, only some dreams are being realized of the new crop of urban writers. So on the social network today, we asked the Jaipur Literature Festival, writers boom, more money, less literature. We're joined by a whole host of people from the festival itself in just a bit. But first, let's listen into what Akriti and Drushti have sent us.
Today, we are talking about revolutionizing the democratic system of this country, and it is common man who is trying to access all these systems. But what is the extent of the bridge? What is the extent of the accessibility of art and books by the common man?
See, the fact is that these books need to be made accessible to the masses. These books reach out to a very small section of the society, that is the intellectuals, and it cannot really bring about a very big change or a revolution in how the government as of now is functioning.
All right, now we're joined by Pia, who's on a voice call from Jaipur. She is the writer of a book called Operation Lipstick. Her name is Pia. Hi, Killa. Thank you for joining us, Pia. And of course, we're joined in the studio by Dave Besling, who's the editor of a magazine, a niche magazine, he calls it, called Motherland. We'll also be joined in just a bit by Madhanav Narayan, who's a columnist at the Hindustan Times. Pia, I want to begin with you first. What's the sense that you're getting at the Jaipur Lit Festival? Is there huge crowds this year as well, like last year? And are you seeing a whole spurt of new writers like yourself?
Well, I mean, this is the first day and we're sitting here in the Great Garden at Dickey Palace, and it's been pretty amazing, to be honest. The whole mood has been very uplifting, as same as last year. People are really coming here not just to enjoy literature, but also to talk to one another about books, to get more sense of what are the new authors doing, what are the old, who are they, their old fans, you know, they are following their favorite authors here. The discussions are very lively. I think the general mood has been really, really positive. Pretty much the same as last year, but it seems slightly busier as well.
Pia, just want to ask you, do you feel that, you know, there is now this trend at the Jaipur Literature Festival that more and more books are being launched by many people who many would say are not exactly literature giants in a sense, but just people who got off the boat and started writing?
Well, I think definitely India, where it's at. I mean, the market's very, very vibrant here, and certainly there seems to be for new authors like myself and my colleagues that there are more and more opportunities. And the publishers are listening to new voices right now, and they are looking for the new voices, not just looking for the bestsellers, but they're looking for alternative fiction, different genres, cross genres, different ideas, more sort of livelier debate around, you know, where is Indian writing, but also global writing going. And I think that on the whole, you know, it's a lot more open discussion going on here.
Dave, you know, I've been reading a lot of tweets that have been coming in on the Literature Festival. A lot of it sounds, of course, a lot of the tweets have been about giants like Pico Iyer and Mahashweta Devi, and of course the Dalai Lama also being that jewel really today at that opening day of the Jaipur Literature Festival. But a lot of them seem to be just people who are lounging around, just really having a party. Is that what the Literature Festival is turning out to be in a sense?
Well, maybe that's what it should be. I think, you know, last year when it happened and it got very politicized with the whole Salman Rushdie not being allowed to read and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it got, you know, people started asking questions about literature and politics and all this sort of stuff. You know, was The Satanic Verses a political novel and all this stuff? And, you know, I don't really think that a lot of writers set out for their literature to be political, but then, you know, once politics starts paying attention, then all of a sudden it's
So you think it's better to kind of lighten the mood a little bit. Madhavan now joins us from Jaipur, so thank you for joining us. I was just asking Pia, you know, there's a huge amount of commercialization in a sense of the Literature Festival, many would say. What is it like to be in a space where people go there to engage with literature, but maybe may end up rubbing shoulders with just young writers many of whom could could find little else to do but decided to just write a book?
Well, I think it's a very motley crowd here, and you have young writers, of course, yes, but you also have a lot of frivolous elements. So it's almost like a jamboree, a mela. So the core element of what you could call serious literature is on the margins, or you have to kind of look for it, but it's there. It's very much there. Yes, it's good to see young writers, but I don't know exactly what you're looking for in terms of, well, they're not really making a big mark, but they're there.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.